what is happening to our children and the future of our children in Britain's education system has been a passion of mine ever since I became a Member of Parliament.
I think that for any community, the future of your children is the most important thing. And for many years, I had been working with the community and talking to mothers who were concerned about the fact that they felt the education system was failing their children. And when you looked at the figures, what you saw was that whereas many minority groups were catching up with white children and in some cases overtaking them, black children, particularly black boys, were actually falling behind. And I believe that in the 21st century, in a globalised economic environment, education is the key. So I've worked locally and now on a London-wide basis with the support of the Mayor of London, Ken Livingstone, to try and bring people together and make a difference in the educational outcomes for black children.
This idea first originated with Dianne Abbott, who started doing these conferences on a much smaller scale just as a backbench MP. When I became mayor, she came to me and said, "What could we put the resources of the mayor's office behind it?" It's grown dramatically. Given that virtually half of black Britons are here in the capital city, clearly this is where this debate will begin. But I mean, it's clearly got to move out to other cities and up and down the length and breadth of the country.
Well, I think it's already grown. It used to be something that happened thanks to Dianne Abbott's particular efforts, and now thanks to the Mayor of London, he's recognised the benefit of it. It's a London-wide project. I think what needs to happen, as well as these important ceremonies celebrating achievement, is work done to help train teachers in the differences and needs of particular groups. And I think that we also, I gather from the Minister, are now seeing 1 in 4 entrance into teacher training from black and minority ethnic groups, and I think that's a major breakthrough.
I want to congratulate you, Dianne, and all the organisers of this conference on your achievement and what you're doing, which I will support for as long as I'm lucky enough to be Mayor of London.
I read about Dianne Abbott when I was living in New York City, and I tell you one thing, I never thought I'd be standing next to her in the House of Commons, not a girl from the South Side of Chicago.
And knowing Dianne as I've come to know her over the last 17 years, I know for sure one thing, and that is that once she's got an idea and she knows its merit, she grips it like a dog grips a bone.
We have the skills, ladies and gentlemen. We have the knowledge, we have the love, but most of all, we have the need to make our children great.
It's amazing to be here. I came here 6 years ago and it was just as electric then as it is now. You could touch the atmosphere and buzz up here. It's just amazing.
I always say, actually, when Dianne's heard me say this so many times before, but we all stand on her shoulders, don't we? We all stand on her shoulders.
I believe it's absolutely essential that we make sure that all young people have the opportunity to do their best and achieve success in whatever their chosen field. I think this event brings together all those who are passionate to do their best for young black people in London, but also with great impact around the country too.
London Schools and the Black Child can become a national, international agency for racial, social justice and equity in education. And humbly, I suggest that that is our next step.
I'd like to thank the Speaker of the House of Commons, because without Mr. Speaker we couldn't be here. Round of applause, Mr. Speaker. And finally, I will say this. I'm a Member of Parliament. I have many things to work on and think about housing, people's immigration problems, education. Just recently, we had a major debate in the House of Commons on Syria, and I had to take a position on that and try and offer some leadership on that. But this project has been close to my heart for over a decade, because I am very clear that as the daughter of Jamaican immigrants who left school at 14, I would not be standing here today without my education. Whatever I have been able to do, I always owe a responsibility to those young people coming forward. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to stage these awards every year, and we're going to go on, and as Darren said, bigger and better.